today's episode, we continue renovations in the living room of our Nightmare Narrowboat. We are Chris and Bex, and this is our accidental Project Narrowboat. It's been a blimmin' nightmare. If you want to find out what happened there, then please take a look at our last 140 episodes. I think it's like 2.5 years. Don't let anyone tell you this life is tranquil. I mean, I'm pretty sure it will get a bit tranquil, but that's going to be in the future when we finally go cruising forever. So in the last episode, we completed sanding on the reclaimed floorboards in the living room. Today we're going to continue with the walls and part of the stairs that leads into that evil bow thruster area. So fingers crossed by the end of this episode we can show you the completed floor and walls up to the stage before they need to be sort of treated with varnishes and paints. God, am I starting the old waffle rooney there? Anyway, I'm going to show you the completed living room without any junk on it, alright? Wish us luck. Welcome back to our Narrowboat's living room. So we've put carpet down at the moment because we don't want to get our lovely new shiny floor all grubby. So excuse the carpet. Now we're coming back to the grubby wall. Are you excited, Rebecca, to tackle the wall again?
Indeedy. We just have some more calculations to do.
Yeah, we didn't quite get all the wood we needed for the walls in the last episode, so guess what? Can you guess what we're here for? Not only wood, it's Crobot's holy grail, the screw aisle. Why'd you go and do that?
Why did you go and do that?
I don't make it easy for myself, do I? Pick and mix screws is the way to go for this project. Yeah, we've decided that we're going to screw our wooden walls on.
And this is what I do. One's just even in my shoe, look.
You get any more in there?
One or two.
I bet you were a nightmare at pick and mix, weren't you?
Nicely done.
Next up, let's get her a wood. Oh!
Shall we?
Who put that there? Why not? It's someone else's. She'll have that. This is the most excited you'll see someone with wood. Something wrong with her.
Generating dirty looks from me collaborating so much.
Will it get in the car? Won't it get in the car? Bex assures me it goes in. No problem.
You can squeeze in there. Just for a short journey.
So we'll come back to Bex's precious wood in a bit. You all know how Bex is, and there's something she's been itching to sort out on the Narrowboat.
Okay, so the next job I'm going to work on is ripping off the horrible carpet of the backboard that leads into the bow thruster compartment. I know, the dreaded words. This is where the steps will sit up against, and so I want to make it look a bit nicer because at the minute it's pretty butt ugly. I'm going to remove this carpet and then probably put a face of sort of ply on it. Yeah, and just look how gross this looks, so we'll definitely be covering it up with something. They call him Yellow Mellow, Yellow Mellow.
Okay, so let's get these walls put up, guys. We need to get this done by the end of the episode. So we didn't want to bore you with all the footage, but we will be drilling into the walls first, followed up by a mini screw. And the beading will sit along here, hiding the join and also hiding these screws. So originally we were going to nail and glue the boards, but luckily Bex stopped in at the final moment and said let's put screws in case anything goes wrong behind the walls and we need to get there, you know. What's up?
If you look down there, look. There's that.
A bit of wood in there. So let's discard of the lump of wood with our best friend, not the Titan, but Bex's best friend. It's just a real life teddy bear that lives next door to us on the marina. She does not mess about, does she? Okay, so are you ready for a little sneak peek into what floor and walls is going to look like by the end of the episode? Big unveil of half the living room floor and wall. Looks absolutely amazing. I'm so glad we decided to put wood up here now because it makes such a difference. And we will be painting them, but right at the very end because they'll just get mucky, won't they? This back wall here still needs a bit of wood over it. It's that horrible sort of plasticky stuff that's all around the boat. Becca's lovely little hatch. Okay, so a great day's work. We're looking good for time. Day 2, and I thought I'd load Bex up with a good old breakfast so she can do more of the boat's renovations for me. More food equals a more productive work output for said hard-working female. Not your normal narrowboat couple. We get huge enjoyment out of eating dead animals. I am, of course, only joking. We both love animals. We just happen to be meat eaters. Not only do we feast on dead animals, we also like to feast on them before they've turned into real animals. We are Crobot and we are sick in the head. Didn't quite go to plan. Check this out, guys. Merch. We actually haven't got any merch. And check this little fella out. Whack that on there. Whack that on there.
Pizza!
Last night's leftover pizza. That's how you do it on a narrowboat. That's how you do it in any way of life, isn't it? Thanks to Mark at the marina that gave us like 10 eggs. So I've fully prepped Bex for another day of hard labour.
So this is what I have done. So because that thing is but ugly and we have this lovely thin ply, I've just basically cut out the same shape so it can be used as a fascia, sit over the front, and then this will be probably painted whatever colour we paint the stairs. And then set the locks back in place, which means I'll have to cut a groove into here so that they fit, basically. So, let's go. I always say that. I am like Mario. Let's go!
We're very, very excited to announce that we've got a collaboration coming up in a few videos' time. This is a product that I've been so excited about reviewing. For about 2.5 years, I've waited for a company to reach out to Crobot to let us review one of these products. So I think sometimes the only reason I wanted to start this channel was to be able to review a product like this.
That was the only reason you started. I know, it's really exciting actually. It's without giving too much away, it's something that could be amazingly beneficial to us on the boat when we finally get going cruising. And I got a message from Chris, and like, if text messages could scream just how excited someone was, this really did it. So can't wait to show you guys.
The company in question reached out to us at 9:30 yesterday morning. I had replied by 9:35 saying yes, I'd love to do the collaboration. It's a biggie, guys. This is a biggie. And I think we're also going to take the boat out possibly to review this item with as well, because I think to get the full review done properly, you could do with a little cruisy woozy.
Okay, so the last stage for the backboard for the bow thruster compartment door is just to mark out where the existing locks are on the old piece so that I can fit it all back together as it was. And if that doesn't make sense, hopefully this will instead. So here I've got my new piece that's going to sit over the top of the face of the old piece. And you can see here, this is where the old locks used to sit. So what I need to do is cut out a small section here so the locks will sit still in place and this won't cause any trouble. So I've marked out where my locks are going to be, and I'm just going to use my little Dremel tool to cut out that tiny little section, because it has to be really precise. So no shaky hands around here, please. Thank you very much. Well, that was a good start. Round 2. Nah, I'm going to change tools and try with the multi-tool. I think that'll get a better finish. So there we go. Ta-da! It is done. Mission complete. Right, so now all I've got to do is glue my two pieces together. So I know what you're thinking, why have I put so much on, but I just want it to sit nice and flat, so I've just completely gone over the top. It is ready for the locks to be reinstated and it's secured to the wall. So I have polished up my little locks just to make them a little bit shiny and new. And I'm just going to screw them onto my bow thruster door wall thing. I don't really know what to call it. So the idea is they'll go on like that, which means that the next job is to attach the stairs onto that backboard so they're not moving around.
Okay, so now that we've got the right side of the walls done in the living room, we've got to move over to the left. And yeah, that means moving all the blimmin' junk over here again. God, it's a nightmare. We're going to have a clear view of the entire room in all its glory by the end of the episode. Mark my words. Okay, so the last panel's going up. You ready, Bex?
I'm ready.
You do that one, it's just small.
I mean, we can lift it together if you want.
So, the final one, or is it? Again, the big unveil.
We like to do things in moderation.
There we go. Check that out.
I mean, as you probably gathered, the skirting's still to go on down here, beading to go down here where the panels join.
It's going to be a very interesting test coming up when we reveal the whole carpet floor, because we've got Beck's side and my side, and we'll see which side.
Whose side's best?
Well, we'll see whose is best, but also just if they look well together, because your side might have been done extra goodly, or maybe I've gone deeper on my side, and you don't know until you take the whole thing off, will you?
You suddenly step down because one has gone in much more than the other.
But it'll be, well, you can sort of see there, so it looks about the same. Yeah, but you might stand back and you can notice the two halves. That's hard, isn't it? But we are going to run up to the tip in a bit. Very exciting stuff. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, as you can see, to the right here, we're still holding all this junk. So let's nip up to the tip and get rid of some of it. Well, I thought we were getting rid of it. Bex had other plans. Look at her go. She's off. Oh. What's going on here?
Well, we're discarding of this old carpet and I'm just cutting a little bit off of it from my boot to protect my boot because I'm always carting around mucky stuff, so I figured put a little bit in there.
Can't get rid of anything, can you? She'll always keep a little bit. Gotta love her.
Snug as a bug.
Yeah, good. What purpose does it serve?
Because I'm the kind of person who carts around all sorts of crap in my car, whether it's things I find on the beach or tools. See? Beach crap. Beautiful bit of drifting.
I said to Beck she never films me, so she said I'll film you doing one bit.
There we go, happy?
Happy. So back from the recycling centre, there's one more bit we need to do on the walls. Remember this horrible plasticky thing? I don't know what the hell it is, but it's everywhere on the boat. It's here in the kitchen. This thing might actually be through here as well, yeah. It's up here as well. So before we start messing about with the wood for that, we've got these leads here that lead in to, guess where, the bow thruster area. So, we're not going to be using the bow thruster area or the bow thruster. Let's get a shot of them, eh?
Because they can be reinstated at a later date if we want.
I think if we come to sell the boat, you know, you could maybe put a new bow thruster in and link it all up nicely, and it might add a bit of value to the boat. But we don't need the bow thruster. We're in complete control of the vessel. Cut that off. Hopefully it'll still pass the BSS. What is the score with all that, guys? Because I've heard that if you leave appliances in, then they've still got to be connected up in order to pass the BSS. I suppose you could just tell the surveyor, oh, we're not using that. Do you know what I mean? And it would just pass otherwise. So please let us know in the comments, please. Cheers. Oh, well done. Okay, so just before we unveil the entire room to you guys, so we've got some exciting news for those Maverick lovers, because in the next coming weeks he's going to come back down to the Whistling Wombat and he's going to sort our stove out. Now, the Maverick used to be a verified stove installer. That's a household stove installer. Narrowboats are slightly different. I think they're a little bit stricter. Me and Bex feel a little bit funny about dismantling the fireplace because we don't quite know sort of how it all goes, but we've got to learn, so, you know, in the future we might. So we're going to redo the tiles on the bottom of the stove. We're going to redo the tiles on the back here on the stove. Also, I don't think that'll pass its BSS. A lot of narrowboats normally have a sort of square sheet of metal at the top there to stop this getting too hot. So I think that needs to get sorted. The BSS is in November, I believe. So we basically just need the Maverick to sort of uninstall it. Supposedly there's just a little bit of fire rope in there with glue and you can sort of unwind it, but you'd probably want to see me try it, wouldn't you? But it's going to go terribly wrong, isn't it? So I'm going to get the Maverick to train us, to train me how to do it, and then in the future I'll be able to do it, won't I? All learning. Here we go, the great unveil of the room. Firstly, the back wall with Becca's lovely little hatch. Secondly, the back bit to the stairs, is that what it's called? And lastly, without any junk on the floor, our lovely living room. This could be my biggest crowbodge yet. My biggest wangle of all wangles. The wangle-rooney of wangle-roonies. I've even crowbodged the edit of the video. Let's run that back one more time, just because this is probably the only way we're going to see it for a while until we get rid of all the junk. Next up, Becca's precious hard wax oils on the floor. Here's Bex with a lump of wood just to see you out the end of the episode. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support and love. I've said it once, I'll say it again. The girl loves wood.